Okay, good morning, everybody. It is 6:56 a.m. on May 7th, um, shortly before 7 here. And we got a severe thunderstorm warning that has just popped up. Um, and this one is located in parts of Allegan and Berry County this morning, as you guys are heading out the door for your morning commute. This storm is heading off to the west. And before I go any further, I'm going to read off what the text is right now. Again, good morning, everybody. Joel Fritsma here, giving you a live update on our severe thunderstorm warning. This is live from Mount Pleasant. Live look out the window right now. Nothing happening up our way. But we're going to look into the severe thunderstorm warning real quick. I'm on 0 hours of sleep, so bear with me here. Um, yeah, so we got a nice thunderstorm coming through on our vertically integrated liquid product on the right. You can see that it looks like it's producing some hail. And according to our warning, Grand Rapids has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Allegan and Berry County in southwestern Michigan till 7:45 a.m. At 6:51, severe thunderstorm was located near Martin and moving east at 40 miles per hour. This storm will produce quarter-sized hail and is radar indicated. Some locations impacted in the storm will be Hastings, Wayland, Middleville, Nashville, Martin, Orangeville, Irving, Syria, Woodland, Delton, Bradley, Banfield, Gun Lake, Yankee Springs, Hastings City, Barry, Prairieville, Dowling, Pine Lake, Shelbyville, and Cloverdale. Again, max hail size with the storm is 1 inch hail. Bring out the big picture. If some people to jump in here if there's anybody. Obviously, it's 7 a.m., so I don't expect anyone to be up. But so the thunderstorm warning is only for hail. The winds are not at the severe criteria this morning, so it'll just be a hail issue. Is this not showing up? For some reason it's not showing up. Oh, there it is. So it looks like it really just kind of picked up steam a little bit. Surging forward now into Central Berry County. Um, so yeah, so I got the road network kind of laid out now, so you can actually see it on my GR2, which is nice. Um, could be a lot worse, but you really can, if you can see where your roads are, or you can see where your road is on this map. That's awesome. But this is going to be traveling over mainly portions of rural Berry County. Will clip probably southern portions of the city of Hastings, although it looks like most of the hail right now is going to scoot to the south. I'll look at that vertically integrated liquid product again, and as you can see, that core is sliding just to the south of Hastings. That is represented by all that pink here on our base reflectivity product. But this is the only severe thunderstorm warning we have in the state of Michigan right now. It is in western Michigan right now for portions of, again, eastern Allegan and most of Berry County. Includes the cities of Wayland, Hastings, Martin, although the city that's most likely to be impacted at this hour is Hastings. So, again, a live look out the window here in Mount Pleasant. Nothing happening. Fairly overcast at this hour on this beautiful Sunday morning. Elsewhere, though, you got that severe thunderstorm warning. And if I can pull that up real quick. Okay. Um, it really spiked when it passed over 131, and that's when they went ahead and issued this warning. Kind of has a signature supercell shape to it, although not the best of supercells, of course. Just a good hailer this morning. Um, that's a really high value for their vertically integrated liquid product. But it really spiked once it got between Wayland and Martin. It has since appeared to have died down a little bit. I would expect at this point the hail to be probably below severe criteria. In fact, I do believe they just canceled the warning. Wait. Okay, so they did cancel it. They went ahead and canceled it for Eastern Allegan County. Still in effect for Berry County this morning. So if you're traveling up along, shoot, what Michigan highway is that? I travel it all the time. I think it would come to me. Um, but if you are traveling between Millville and Hastings or between Richland and Hastings this morning, I would watch out for some small hail on your drive and some very heavy downpours leading to some localized flooding, of course. The storm is going to move into Barry here in about the next 5 to 10 minutes as it moves off to the east at 40 miles per hour. Morning, Nick. Elsewhere around Michigan right now, besides the severe thunderstorm warning, we have some good pop-up showers and storms. Also likely producing hail in Iota County near the Lyons and Portland area, although on a smaller scale. And check correlation coefficient as well, see how well it's actually coming down in there. Anywhere you can see like the yellows and the greens, that's where you have actually hail falling. So you have the swath right here. And I bet if you go back, you see it was more yellow and green. Yeah, right there. It's a pass over 131. You had a little bit of a greenish tint in the correlation coefficient. We're picking up the larger objects within the clouds. Obviously, it's still there, probably right around the severe criteria, if not going below that at this point. Elsewhere, though, you kind of see that same sort of lower end correlation coefficient and vertically integrated liquid values that are traveling into eastern portions of Iona County right now, and they'll soon head off towards the Westphalia and Fowler area in Clinton County, of course. And then up closer to me right now, I'm in Mount Pleasant, just to the south. Looks like we have this nice little storm heading into Ithaca. I think this is sliding fairly east-northeast at this point. Elsewhere around the state, though, you're just dealing with some rain at this time. A couple of storms down here near Coldwater, Fremont, Indiana, and a couple storms coming on shore up near uh, Benzie County, of course, and near Empire. Probably just more showers. Same with the northeastern portions of Michigan right now, Bay City, Tri-Cities area. So the only thing that's severe right now is this storm again in Berry County. Otherwise, not a lot going on. That was kind of a right place, right time sort of storm. And I'm sure the storm will probably weaken well before the 7:45 a.m. expiration time. But you never know. They're going to keep it warranted until further notice right now. If anyone has any questions to chat, please let me know. Put loop on it. Kind of see it sliding. This storm's kind of sliding off to the east southeast a little bit. It's actually picking up some steam as it moves off to the east. It's actually picking up some rain showers too in southwestern portions of Berry County. Oops. Well, oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just messing around with some settings right now. It was quite the looking back at this storm when I went through Alto and Clarksville, aka my stomping grounds. Had a little bit of steam, probably some 30 to 40 mile per hour winds there. Has since lost its steam, probably just a heavy rain. And honestly, this storm at this point is probably becoming more heavy rain too. Although it looks like there's some gusty winds starting to pop up here as I head directly into Hastings. Um, Values are peaking out at about 30, 35 knots at this point. Again, well below a severe criteria for winds, although you cannot rule out 1 inch hail in some of these areas immediately southwest and west of Hastings at this point. Now I can see chat. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning is just for Berry County at this time. For order-sized hail, Nothing else. They do say 50-mile-per-hour winds are possible in the warning text, although at this point it is probably between 30 and 40 miles per hour given the velocity radar on the right side of the screen. This is primarily going to impact portions of Hastings and immediately outside of it. So if you're traveling through Barry County on your way to work this morning, take heed in some heavy downpours and some small hail. Potentially 1-inch hail again with the severe thunderstorm warning is still in place here until 7:45, so another half hour. If you're traveling up 131 or down 131 between Martin and Plainwell or Martin and Kalamazoo this morning, you're also going to be impacted by some heavy rain. And honestly, this is looking like it's starting to pick up. Oh, yeah. Right in Otsego and Plainwell right now looks like we just had a little bit of a spike in our base reflectivity values in the pinks here, which are indicating anywhere between 55 to 62 decibels, which again will probably is pretty indicative of some 1-inch hail. And that is well represented by our hail icon here. It says 0.89 inch, so just below severe criteria. So at this point, I would say the warning, they could issue a warning further back on this line as it kind of rides down the Calhoun County, Barry County line. Obviously, there's no warning yet, but at this point, this is the most likely place to be warned, as well as this area here, just southwest of Hastings by about 6 to 7 miles, where you have that little spike of vertically integrated liquid again. I'll look at correlation coefficient just to see where exactly our colder values are within the storms. Not a lot. We're looking for some greens and blues on this radar for our hail, on this right radar, of course. Left one's just our rain. Not really seeing too much of it. There's a couple spikes here and there. I imagine portions of Barry County out here southwest of Hastings are getting hit with some, at the least, some dime-sized hail right now. So that will be anywhere from quarter, or not quarter of an inch. Yeah, quarter of an inch, sorry. Quarter of an inch to half-inch hail. But yeah, we are only one of 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in the entire United States right now. There's another one in Nebraska this morning. That's expiring at 7:30 Eastern time, but that does not involve us. Anyone wants me to look at the radar elsewhere on the state, I'm just going to go down the list of some morning commutes right now. So if you're traveling out of Lansing, pretty much in any direction except for to the east, kind of to the east, down 69, 96. And if you're going 131 from Lansing to Jackson right now, you guys are pretty much in the clear with rain, of course. That will change as the morning goes on and these storms move off to the east. It kind of looks like these storms have a little bit of a bowing to it, not in the sense of winds, but in the sense of change of direction. So you have these storms up here on the northern flank, kind of heading east northeast, where you have these storms down here, kind of heading east southeast, almost southeast at this point. As you can see, they're kind of trying to extend down to the south, into the Battle Creek area, down towards Athens even. Got some pop-up showers and storms there. Continue looking at this Plainwell storm. It looks like our higher values kind of just went away with our last scan there. As you can see, the pinks kind of went away. Correlation coefficient still kind of hints at a little bit of hail occurring in Otsego and Plainwell right now. So if you have some images to share out of that area, if you're traveling up 131 this morning, feel free to share those with us, of course. We'd be happy to see them. Any videos or pictures, just tag us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram even. We will receive them, and if you would like us to, we can share them with your permission. Again, I'm Joel Fritsma. It is currently 7:16 on this Sunday morning, May 7th. We are live from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Looking out the window this morning, pretty cloudy. No real storm action up our way. A couple showers in the area. Storm to our south in Ithaca. Actually, it almost looks like the sun's trying to peek out here for what it's worth, but it's going to be fairly short-lived as we have the rain moving into our area. Looking back at the radar, severe thunderstorm warning. Again, not a lot happening. I could almost guarantee you they're going to be canceling this warning here soon before the 7:45 cutoff. As it is mostly heavy rain at this point, maybe some small hail below the severe threshold. Although our hail indicator right now is saying point uh three three quarters of an inch, so it's kind of around that borderline. I can see them. I can see why they would be sticking with this warning for now, just to be safe. 'Cause you never know when it's going to spike back up. But it is looking very raggedy at this point. And again, we'll put it in motion to see where it's been over the past couple of minutes. That warning popped up originally in Allegan County and quickly was expired in Allegan County and continues for Barry. And again, this is the only severe thunderstorm warning in our area. Everywhere else, you're seeing rain across the area this morning. We're almost seeing some more showers and storms starting to pop up off the lake too, up here in Oceanoga County area. That's to be expected today. It's going to be kind of cloudy today. A couple showers and storms here and there and everywhere. Actually, I'm going to go look at this storm right now. I just noticed this one caught my eye near Bangor. Um, that's interesting. Has a hail spike on it, actually. I imagine they might go severe warn for this one. Because that is one. This has 1 inch hail according to Grand Rapids right now. So, if you're in the Culver area, in portions to the east, Bangor, Lawrence, Hartford, I'd watch out for this as it heads your way. Looks like 1 inch hail, maybe larger, coming into your area. That's not severe thunderstorm warned at the moment, but radar is indicating that it could be at any time. So just take heed of what's happening out your door this or out your window this morning. A lot of showers and storms this morning. Just scattered mainly throughout all of Michigan. It's just kind of hit or miss everywhere, as you can see. You could go 30 miles without rain, and then you go 30 miles with rain. So I'm gonna look up if that's what I think it is. I would like to know if this is also scattering from the Indiana radar. And this would be considered a three-body scatter spike, or as the meteorologists like to call it, a TBSS. It's not really, kinda, yeah, a little bit. It's a little noisy in there, and you can clearly see that from the Grand Rapids radar, and we'll go from the Illinois radar as well. Nick, if you're still watching, I would like to point this out here. It's TBSS. If you would like to maybe get a radar grab of that. Interesting, it's not warned, but we don't make the decisions. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Nick. Looks like we have a small hill core again, sticking with it in Hastings, just south of Hastings. And we do have a new serial thunderstorm warning popped up, just like we were looking at there. That lake fired right off the lake. Um, And which is interesting because in our live broadcast this past week, we actually kind of talked about how storms love to fire off the lake and immediately go severe thunderstorm warned. And another example of that this morning is this new severe thunderstorm warning that has now just been issued for Van Buren County. This is the text that we have for or from the Grand Rapids office. They've issued the severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren County till 8:15 a.m. At 7:20, severe thunderstorm was located near Paw Paw Lake, or 9 miles south of South Haven, moving east at 30 miles per hour. So a little bit slower than the storm to its northeast. Again, hazard with this one, like its other severe thunderstorm warning, is quarter-sized hail, and it is radar indicated. Impact damage to vehicles is expected. Some in oh, sorry. Locations impacted include Paw Paw, Hartford, Matawan, Lawton, Bangor, Van Buren State Park, Pine Grove, Covert, Lawrence, Gobles, Breedsville, Glendale, Kendall. Um, and for your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. So the winds in this storm are again lower than 50 miles per hour. So the main hazard here is the hail. So now that we have two severe thunderstorm warnings in the area, we kind of panning back and forth. This storm down here is really impressive. For 7 a.m. in the morning, we have a almost a three-body scatter spike kind of popping off the back end of this storm. So this blue is basically indicative of that scatter spike. Um, and that's when you have the radar beam hits the hail aloft, scatters to the ground below, and then shoots straight back upwards in the storm. I'm not gonna lie, I had to look that up because it's been a while since I had to use TBSS in Michigan, and we're seeing it on display this morning in Van Buren County with some potentially large hail that's happening there. Our vertically integrated liquid, I had it on the wrong side. There we go. That's hmm, hmm, interesting. Now I know Indiana Radar's further away, but what did they have to say about it? Okay, so same stuff. 1 inch hail is about the threshold it's going to stay in. Curious to see how the storm interacts with its predecessor to the south, because it looks like it's beginning to merge. And for those who are in Barry County, your severe thunderstorm warning has just expired 20 minutes prior to the warning expiration time. So that's good. Um, yeah. So one's in the clear, and we picked up a new one to the south. Lots of lightning also popping up within the storm at this time. Hmm. Interestingly enough, the vertically integrated liquid product is still saying a 1 inch hail on our storm, now almost entering Calhoun County at this point, heading somewhere in the vicinity of Bellevue here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Although, hmm, bear with me here. I've been up all night. Our base of reflectivity is not really showing too many pinks. It's kind of just scattered here and there. Doesn't mean we're not getting hail, of course, as we can see. And wow. Okay, cloud tops this morning are 40,000 feet. That I did not expect. So these are some well-rooted storms this morning. So on your commute in, wherever that may be, uh, you want to make sure to take it slow when you come in encounter with some heavier rain. I am looking for correlation coefficient. There we go. So we do still have some hail in there. So not popping up on GR2 here, but we just had a special weather statement issued by Grand Rapids, and they are issuing it for 30-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail in this line that kind of bows almost 90 degrees from Clinton down to Barry County. Man. Um, and so there's actually five counties involved, um, not including Barry County. So Barry County is in the clear of the special weather statement. However, Clinton, Eaton, Ingham, Calhoun, and Jackson counties are all in the special weather statement. Again, that's for 30-mile-per-hour winds and penny-sized hail. Now, this blue here is not necessarily hail. As you can see, it doesn't. If you line up the red box with the red box where the rain's at, this is just clear air. Um, any blues that you see here is just, ground clutter. So you can say like trees, even like bugs, birds being picked up by downdraft wind, maybe. Could be a whole variety of things. What we're looking for here is blues that are actually within our storm cell here. So where the pinks line up with the blues, that's where you're likely having some moderately sized hail. So we'll say like 1 inch, which is right about severe thunderstorm warning threshold, which it is, but it's not severe thunderstorm warned at the current time. If you are just tuning in, that warning for Barry County has been allowed to expire, but we have a new one out for Van Buren County. So again, we're looking for anything that's like yellow to blue on our correlation coefficient. So that's literally anything on 95 down to 75 and lower. Oh man, I'm not gonna survive much longer awake, but bear with me here as I continue to cover some of these storms. One that is severe thunderstorm warning at this time. It does not appear like our three-body scatter spike is as strong as it was. And in fact, it shouldn't be because our vertically integrated liquid product is not indicating any severe hail at this point either. Correlation coefficient, some lighter values in there. But overall, starting to downtrend a little bit. We can see the NZDR. Well, ZDR still thinks that the storm is increasing in strength. Anywhere you see those reds and whites, um, it's maintaining its strength pretty well. Curious to see if or how this line congeals, as it looks like it's trying to do. And what that will bode down the road for places like Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Marshall, Olivet, and points eastward. Interesting. So again, if you're just tuning in, we are live from Mount Pleasant. No severe thunderstorm warning here, just some light rain falling at this time. Not stratiform rain on this somewhat cloudy Sunday, I would say. We had a little bit of sun trying to peek out very early this morning. That has since diminished. So this is our current view. No severe thunderstorm warning here. Can't say the same for elsewhere right now, as we have the severe thunderstorm warning or Van Buren County, not Barry anymore. This storm track is 30 miles per hour to the east. So it'll ride into almost directly into Paw Paw. If it holds together, it'll be in Kalamazoo within the next. So this is expected to expire 8:15. It'll be out of the warning box at about 8:15. So this heavier rain could be within the Kalamazoo city limits within the next 45 to 50 minutes. Mattawan even sooner, probably about a half hour. Paw Paw, you're looking at about 20 minutes down the road. Lawrence, it's almost immediately on top of you at about 5 to 10 minutes. Bangor, you're just getting missed. You were lucky to be just to the north of it. It looks like it just scooted by you. We're waiting for more radar updates here, but it's like the 1 inch hail is probably still in there somewhat, although no ground truth at this time. Pocket of probably some downdraft winds here too. This is over portions of extreme southern Barry County, mainly in the clear air area. This is likely not anything significant, but keeping our eye on it, as it looks like that patch just kind of popped up within the last couple of scans. As it did. Elsewhere, Lansing area, some rain is right downtown right now. If you're not experiencing rain in the Lansing area, you will be receiving it shortly. East Lansing, same thing for you. Uh, uh, all of the 127 corridor from Alma down to Lansing is also experiencing some heavy rain. And in fact, there's actually kind of a spike in our velocity product here between Parrington and Ashley at the M57 exit. Um, in fact, the little town of Bastille, I think it is what it's called right there, is directly over you guys. I remember stopping there on a storm chase once. Nice little town. I would imagine this is fairly elevated off the surface as the radar beam at this point is 3,600 feet. So a lot of it's probably not mixing down, but I imagine that you could be seeing some 30 to 40 mile per hour winds almost immediately if you're traveling between Ithaca and the M57 exit this morning within the next 5 minutes. But that's it. The strongest of our storms, again, Van Buren County. Then you had a previously severe thunderstorm warned storm in Barry County and portions of Allegan. That's this clump right here that's still in Barry County. And then a line of storms from north to south between Gratiot and Ingham County. That is only special weather statement It only has a special weather statement issued for it right now for 30-mile-per-hour winds and some penny-sized hail. No tornadoes at this point. We do not expect tornadoes today or anytime this morning. It would be kind of out of the blue if it did happen, but we are not expecting it to happen at this point. So that's good. Again, main hazard this morning is hail, along with the cloud to ground lightning. Gotta be careful out there. Watch your back at all times. Curious to see how the rest of the day shakes up. It almost looks like the storm is starting to merge, like I said it would. And that's either going to kill it or amplify it. I imagine it's going to amplify briefly into a line for the next maybe half hour. But once it crosses into Kalamazoo County, I could almost say that it probably won't be as strong and it probably will not warrant a severe thunderstorm warning in Kalamazoo County. Can't count that out yet. Obviously, it's still maintaining its strength and we don't know what's going to happen with it when it merges. So keep an eye on it if you're traveling anywhere on 131 and 94 in Kalamazoo County this morning. Same with 94 between Hartford and Paw in Van Buren County, as you are in the severe thunderstorm warning box at this current time. For those who are just tuning in, the severe thunderstorm warning is for 1-inch hail in Van Buren County. The storm is under a warning until 8:15 a.m. or until it is canceled. Meanwhile, we got some outbound winds on the front edge of the storm, heading down towards Oak Park. As this storm kind of almost slides, this storm is almost sliding south southeast at this point. Not uncommon with storms that get congealed into a line that we're kind of traveling horizontally, almost due east. They can kind of swing down to the south like this. Not uncommon, like I said. So, Battle Creek, you have some heavy rain coming in probably within the next 10-15 minutes. Richland, it's pretty much on top of you, although mainly skirting by you for the most part. Yeah. This back end might swing down and hit you guys. Again, penny-sized hail, probably dime-sized hail, most with this storm right there. But yeah, I'm tired. I am very tired right now. So once this warning goes away, I will be heading back to bed. So again, live lookout here outside of Mount Pleasant. You can almost actually see some cloud deck in the distance. It is not anything severe here at Mount Pleasant. It looks like it's just a stratiform rain deck. A couple pop-up showers. So you can kind of see that off the left side or the right side of the screen there in the distance. Nothing too interesting. But yeah. So back to the radar. This is where we're at, looking at for Mount Pleasant right now. Just some spotty showers. Heaviest of rain is mainly off to our south, down near Alma. And again, those heavy, you could almost say that this storm could go warned. It's tough to make a call when you're so far away from a radar. That's, I mean, 2 counties away, 5,500 feet. I mean, you just don't know if it's mixing to the ground. But hey, at 4,100 feet, if you got 55 knots, who knows? Winter warning is canceled, no longer in effect, and that is for our storm in Van Buren County. So that's good. It looks like the merger is not boding well for our storm here in Van Buren County, right over Lawrence. Hail, still possibility for sure. Whether that's severe criteria or not, so 1-inch hail, that is yet to be seen. Again, if you have any reports to them for us this morning, please reach out to our social medias. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can just search MI Storm Chasers on all three accounts and you'll probably find us. On our website, you can also submit storm reports to us on michiganstormchasers.com. And the National Weather Service Grand Rapids is also looking for storm reports this morning as well. So if you tag them in any posts on their Facebook or Twitter page, they would love to see those. You can also support us at patreon.com// Michigan Storm Chasers. All proceeds go back to the community and help us stay afloat in these stormy months ahead. Um, and as always, my Cash App and Venmo are right there on the page. But again, we're always looking for storm reports. Oh, that's the wrong graphic. No tornado warning. So thunderstorm warning, yes. Yeah, no tornadoes this morning. Velocity is interesting right here for sure. But this is just all outbound winds. Nothing to be too excited over at this time. So as we look at the big picture and put it in motion, again, a lot of storms popping, a lot of showers, a lot of just kind of stratiform rain kind of popping up this morning all over lower Michigan. This will be the case throughout the day today. Just gathering my notes here before I sign off. I'm surprised that storm up near Ashley is not warned or at least has a special weather statement on. I haven't seen any special weather statements from Detroit or Grand Rapids. In fact, there's probably a really nice cloud formation on this. And in fact, my storm chasing group chat, Chris, has a good shelf cloud with that storm with the Owasso. So that is the storm right here up in Ashley. Gonna pause it for a second, see how our highest value is. So that's 54 knots at the highest. So not quite severe thunderstorm warning in criteria, but is very, very close. And I imagine the hail in here is almost 1 inch hail as well. So again, if you're traveling down 57 this morning, anywhere in Saginaw County, there's a good chance you'll be seeing some small hail this morning, especially immediately in the next half hour within St. Charles, and then eventually Chesaning, Saginaw area. So if you're in anywhere in Saginaw County this morning, keep an eye out for that. Parts of Shiawassee County, Clinton County, Ingham County, Livingston County, you guys are probably going to be dealing more on the edge of pea-size hail, dime-size hail, and some 30-mile-per-hour winds. This line of storms heading into Calhoun County here in the next couple minutes. In fact, it's heading in right now. Outflow winds, some small hail as well. And then our previously severe thunderstorm warning for our storm in Lawrence. This is just going to be basically heavy rain and some lightning at this point, as our highest values have now disintegrated almost completely off our vertically integrated liquid product. So the only places that could be seeing hail at this point are just northeast of Richland, portions of Bellevue and Olivet here in a second, Olivet College. Not sure if it's an exam week yet or it has happened for Olivet, but if you're on campus this morning, Olivet, I would take an umbrella with you and maybe even a rain poncho. So, elsewhere, the only other hail I can see that is possible this morning is directly over Ashley and heading to the east northeast. So, yeah. Again, to recap, we had two severe thunderstorm warnings this morning, one for Allegan and Barry County and one for Van Buren County, both issued by Grand Rapids. Both storms have been allowed to expire. A couple, maybe a few more severe thunderstorm warnings could be possible throughout the morning. Um, as of coverage for now, believe I'm going to sign off. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in for the past 45 minutes or something like that. I'm Joel Fritsma. If you would like to follow me, go ahead. My socials are down below. Other than that, stay safe this morning. Drive safe. Keep an umbrella handy. You'll need it. And if you have any reports, again, send them to us at Michigan Storm Chasers. We'd love to see them. Even cloud pictures. We will take the cloud pictures too. So stay safe, everybody, and have yourself a good rest of your morning. I will break in maybe at some other points if need be. So take care, everybody.